start recording. Welcome you all to the beautiful beaches of Daytona here at the Daytona International Speedway. Tonight we're going to be kicking off the series for the Cup Series for the Daytona 500. It's 6:20 right now currently, and in about 2 hours and 10 minutes these drivers will be lined up at that start finish line right over there in the triangle, driving all the way down into turn 1 and 2 and fighting for the one and only trophy here at Daytona. Man, we got a lot to talk about. I know you guys have not seen the podcast in a real long time because completely forgot about doing it. So we are back. So really for silly season from last season, from season 1, talk about before we go over the duels recap. Sadly, you guys will not be able to see it since I forgot to press the start record button, but I will go over some key highlights that happened in the duels. What basically the results and what we possibly could see here in the Daytona 500 with what happened in the duels. This is going to be the biggest field we have for the Daytona 500. We have 16 cars that I don't think everyone will be able to make it. There's issues. Like, for instance, the 72 car will not be able to make it. His computer is not working. We also have replacement drivers like Payson. He's starting P3, but hasn't been able to make it in the cars, even in the duels and qualifying. He was not be able to make it due to health issues, been sick lately, so Mills has been subbing for him. You got now Dune Jones going to be subbing for James. So here's the difference. Mills raced in qualifying in the duels for Payson, so Mills will start P3. Dune Jones is jumping in that car because James may not be able to make it due to some personal reasons. An emergency happened, but James did race in the duel, so if Dune does jump into that number 9 car, Dune will have to go to the rear of the pack. But at this current moment, it's James in the car. James will be P4 unless we are told otherwise. But here, let's talk about some silly season that we didn't talk about because since the podcast hasn't been really around since the beginning of last season. Few incidents, like we have the normal AM warm-up or lineup between Cody and Payson, but the other 2 drivers are new to that team for this series at least, and that's Daytona and Isaac. Both drivers were on the what was it called, Fanboy Racing, something like that. I don't know, whatever that team was. There's a Toyota team, but now they jump shifts to Ford driving for AM. We also got newcomers like Gamers and Ski driving the 45 and the 24. Gamers in the 24. Ski is driving the number 45, which used to be Cody's old number for back in LUM days. Aiden's also jumped ships multiple different times last season, if you guys followed through with the season. And now he's currently no longer driving with Sham Motorsports. He is now in the number 8 Ultra Motorsports Mohawk car. Coolberry's driving the number 52, like usual. For his team, Joey's in the 34 this season, switched numbers from the 4 to the 34. Chosen went from the 12 last season to the 25. JJ's still on Ultra Motorsports. He is now in the number 6 car. G-Man made a jump from the 87, I do believe, eh, on G-Man Motorsport, or no, uh, West Coast Racing, I think it was. West Coast Motorsports. That's what G-Man was on last season, and now he's moved over to Valhalla Motorsports in the number 81. He's returning in the 48, but without the Ally sponsor this time, he's got the Hurt sponsor. And then Ultra's back in the number 5, racing Lowe's machine that has not changed since season 3 of LUM. He's the only car right now that's not driving the same exact scheme, or he's the only car that's driving the same exact scheme from all the way back to LUM season 3. Everyone else has a different scheme. Other than maybe Daytona. Daytona does have a season 4 scheme, but did not run it last season. So, but let's move on to the Daytona Duel recaps. Starting in Duel, or actually, let's start with qualifying. Qualifying, not too eventful. Ultra ended up getting the pole position by sticking around, just hanging around, just in draft, getting the fastest time. Joey ended up getting second place in the duels, or for the round. So Joey was supposed to start on the front row, but Cody's moved to the front row, and we will talk about the reason, why, and what happened once we get to Duel 2, because he was in the Duel 2 race. Now, let's start off with Duel 1. We had Ultra, we had Mills, we had Gamers, K's, JJ, Daytona. They were all Duel 1. Duel 1 wasn't a very eventful race other than Daytona spinning out with 3 to go, or 2 to go. Coming off the turn number 2, spun out. So he was far behind, and then we had the battle coming to the line between Mills and JJ. Mills and JJ made contact. Whether it was purpose or not, JJ ended up going for a spin. Mills wins it. Ultra came in second. Duel 1 was pretty much uneventful. It was just trying to get to the line first. Duel 2 is where everything went off the rails, especially for Joey and Aiden. It was Cody, James, Joey, Aiden, Isaac, G-Man, Chosen, and no, that's everybody in Duel 2. Duel 2 was a wild race. Like, from the get-go, they were even 4 wide at one point in time, going through 1 and 2. And nothing really, the pack never really split up until the first pit stop, when everyone started pitting and then saved after that. You saw G-Man and James pulling away from everybody due to the fact they weren't saving compared to everybody else. Just leaving everybody in dust, tandem drafting, cruising around the track. It was coming to 5 laps to go. The first caution ended up coming out. G-Man was coming to make his final pit stop. Cody was good on fuel. Apparently Isaac was good on fuel. Not 100% sure, because he said he was close, but he said he was good. I don't know about anybody else. Well, James pitted a couple laps prior, so James was good on fuel. Chosen had to pit at some point. Aiden had to pit at some point. Joey, before this, coming to 5 to go, Joey made like 10 pit stops, messing around, got Chick-fil-A in the car, got a TV, he's got all kinds of different things. He's just having a Sunday joyride for whatever reason. Don't know why, don't know what he was doing. He was just cruising, because he knew as long as he didn't destroy the car, he would be fine. Well, coming to 5 to go, G-Man's coming on pit road. Aiden and Joey's coming in, and Aiden doesn't realize Joey's coming back to pit road for like 11th time, and goes to try to push him, but instead of pushing him. He throws him into the death wall, destroying Joey's day, destroying his car. So Joey's in the backup car for tonight, but has to start at pretty much the rear of the field due to the fact he got destroyed in the duels. Joey did nothing wrong. Aiden just misjudged it. So, but because rules have changed due to the fact of what happened last season with people lost respect like after the halfway mark of the season last season, penalties have gotten a lot harsher. So Aiden got a to the rear suspension or to the rear starts completely at the back of the field for Daytona 500. He got parked during the duels, duel 2, and he is also on probation for the next 3 races. For those that don't know, probation this season is a lot harsher than it was last season. Last season, penalties were the same whether you're on probation or not. Just if you're on like 1 race probation, you have a 1 out of 3. If you do like 3 more stupid things, you get 4 out of 3 and get suspended. This season, it's completely different. They have now where if you're on probation, penalties are doubled when you're on probation. So if you have a 1 out of 3 probation, so basically 1 race probation, say like what Aiden did, since he got a 3 out of 3 right now, if he does anything during this duel, he'll get, say like if it's like a minor incident, if it's anything that was 1 out of 3 before, it'll be now a 2 out of 3 due to the fact he's on probation. So if he does that same thing again with Joey, he will not only be suspended for the next race, but he'll be also on probation for the next 6 races after that suspension. So he's got to really be careful tonight, especially here for the Daytona 500. Looking at these beautiful schemes, though, sucks for Joey to have to start to the rear, but it may not be all bad for him. Like we said in the duels, like we say most of the time, the front, the middle is where the chaos happens, especially here in road racing. Everyone's fighting for those positions. When you're in the back, you're going to be cruising around. You're going to be A-okay. You should be fine. But once you get up to the front position and everything, that's when hell breaks loose due to the fact of how chaotic it is. And this is no matter whether you're on lap 1 or final lap. For whatever reason, when it comes to road racers, lap 1, once that green flag drops, lap 1, everyone's race acting like the first lap is the last lap for whatever reason. Maybe we don't do that, but the fuck? Coach. That's bullshit, but okay, all true. But let's look at our predictions here for tonight. We have, who was our last season's Daytona 500 winner was not here this season. He didn't sign up. He's not even in the server. Not if you guys remember, Niall went on to win like 6 races last season, but due to the fact he left full-time racing last season, he did not battle for a championship. June Jones ended up winning that. So we have some newcomers and some old-timers. We have our veterans like Cody, dominant here at Daytona, Ultra, bad fast at these super speedways as well. Joey, he's in the mix as well up front. Payson's gonna definitely be there. Though it's gonna be Mills in that car. Mills also a fast car. I mean, look at what he did at Auto Club last season, where he dominated both the stage and the race, or the final stage. You have James, who hasn't been up front much. He's usually about mid-pack. He'll qualify very well, but he'll just fall behind after a couple laps. It's like he's not used to it. Gamer's new to the series, new to me. I don't know much about him. Haven't seen him race other than the duels. Was a fairly good pusher with his teammates of K's, but Other than that, don't know much about him. But I, from what I saw in the duels, he should fare okay here. You got Isaac. I've seen him race last season. I've seen him race in other series. Isaac's pretty fast, especially here at Daytona. It seemed like he was up front, but then due to the fact he started saving fuel and G-Man and James just started pushing, he kind of fell behind. But duels, it doesn't matter whether you win them or lose them. It's what matters is where you try to it's place for Daytona 500. I just started on the outside lane, so he shouldn't have too much issues due to the fact that he's not really forced anywhere. He has the middle line and top line. Those that are on the inside are stuck on the inside unless they get space to move up. Then we have Case. We've seen him last season. That's a fast driver. Almost won Talladega. If it wasn't for G-Man making a stupid move, Case would have won Talladega and made it into the round of 8, I do believe. Yeah, the round of 8. Or no, round of 6. But because he got into some issues or trouble due to the fact G-Man turned him. It screwed him over. G-Man sitting behind K's, starting on the outside lane. G-Man, good super speedway race, good racer all in total. He just needs, if things happen like last season, he just gotta come down. JJ won Talladega #1 last season by a big lead over IndyCar. It was impressive what he did last season at that Talladega race. Somehow caught up, but the only reason why he won was because Payson and Cody got wrecked by IndyCar. Wasn't on purpose or anything. It was just a bad push. Then you have Chosen. Didn't see him race much. He was doing very well at Charlotte, the Coke 600, but due to some issues, Joey turning him and all, ran out of fuel, could not make it to the end of the race. Sucks for him, but he's back here tonight, hopefully, to do some good. Then you have Daytona. Not always been up front at all. I mean, super speedways, he can be up front, but other than that, he's usually in the back, just cruising around. He's not really a fast driver. I would like to say he's a fast driver. He's just, I don't know. It's just whether it's him trying to figure out the car or he'd rather be back there and just gain points. It's up to him. I don't know what he's got going through his head. Daytona's on a villain arc, apparently. Then we have Joey. Again, last season wasn't the best. He was just like Daytona. He hung out in the back. The only time Joey really shined was really at the road courses. He did really good at the road courses, was really fast, but like at Watkins Glen, was one of the top contenders, but early on wrecked out because of a slight mistake. And yeah, that was so far the only time I've seen Joey been good. We have Ski in the 45. Don't know much about him. It's just like Gamers. Don't know too much about him. He's new to the series, new to me. I haven't seen him run. So there's that. Didn't even see him in the duel, so whether he's good or not, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen him run. Then we have Sky. Sky's been he hasn't gotten the wins that people expect him to, but he's gotten consistency. He's very consistent. Look all the way back in LUM days. Back in season 2, his rookie season, ends up making the Champ 4 and finished 3rd, I think, of the Champ 4, which is very impressive. It's almost like Cody's day, back in Cody's rookie season, but Cody did get the wins compared to Sky. Sky was just look at both stats. Cody had more points due to the fact of his wins. Sky had less points but was more consistent. Then you have Coolberry. Coolberry, I've seen him run. Very talented driver. He's just stuck to glue stick. He does his own thing. Going to be very quick here, especially in the Ford Mustang Dark Horse. A lot of these Fords are going to be fast. A lot of these Chevys are going to be fast. Then, last but not least, we have Aiden, who can be fast. Like I was saying earlier, he can be fast. But the problem is, this gets it in his. Just gets himself in his own head and makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Then that's all part of racing, all part of life. You make mistakes all the time. That's just human beings. But he just gotta keep in mind that there's other people racing around him. Make sure he reads chat this time instead of having it closed and not paying attention to it. I know some people don't have chat open because it gets in their way, but others do due to the fact when people are coming to pit road, most people put P in the chat or pitting in chat so that way people know you're pitting. But that is pretty much the drivers for the Daytona 500. For my predictions, it's going to be a battle toss-up between the Avery Motorsports cars and the UM cars. UM cars really been fast, know how to work together. And Avery Motorsports, even though Daytona and Isaac are new to the team, for at least ANRS, I don't know about any other series, you got Mills and Cody, who work together very well. And since Isaac and Daytona know how to work together pretty much as well, that's going to be a 4-car team to beat this season. I mean, you saw last season they had two of 4 drivers in the Champ 4 last season, and both ended up getting 1-2 at Rockingham in the championship. So that the Avery Motorsports team, that whole side, they're going to be ones to watch this season. Especially with Mills, Cody, they're going to be the ones running at top line. Top line's been one of the fastest ways around this track. That's where you see a lot of people make their passes. You see a lot of people when they're single file and everything, and someone makes a tries to go to the outside line, it doesn't work by themselves. But when they have other people, you got Mills and Cody. If those two were to work together, they probably could pass the entire field by themselves. Just the way they work that top line. So it's going to be, tricky at times this season, especially in the Daytona 500 with how stacked this field is. But at the same time, we all know who's going to be the ones to watch this season. Of course, Valhalla never really challenged you guys due to the fact Valhalla doesn't have the team it once had. See, Valhalla had Cody at one point, it had Dapper, it had Ultra, it had me. We were all fairly good in our own ways. Ultra had the laps or the speed, he had consistency, he had the wins. Cody had definitely the wins, knew his way around the tracks, knew how to run his skills. Dapper, he was the road course master just like Cody was. And then there was me, who was the consistent guy. Never really was competing for wins, was the consistent guy, and was the one to help the teammates win races. But because we kind of lost the guy that helped other teammates win races, lost the guys that won the races, lost the guys who could work together, Silver Hollow hasn't been the same since. But with G-Man and Case, I don't know how well their relation is, like whether they're friends or not. Those two could definitely work together and be a tough pairing some point this season. So I don't know, Frog. Even though you got the Auto Club win, you weren't the top You weren't one of the top tier drivers on TVM, Rug. You were definitely fast. You just weren't a top tier driver. Hell, Sky, when he first was on, I wouldn't say he's a top tier guy, but he was just like me, who could push his own teammates, could get great positions, but other than that, he couldn't really focus on getting that win. But let's move on because we know we got some drivers itching just to get their interviews going right now. You got people like Mills. I know Isaac Daytona's probably wanting interview. JJ maybe. Let's move on to that right now. We gotta look at Daytona in the evening sky. Let's unmute our first person. Let's go with this man right here. Is there right stick? Do you have a copy? Oh, Isaac, you there? You're not there?
Yeah.
Ah, there you are. Okay. Well, with you starting, let me get back over here real quick, just so I can get a close look. But with you starting in the sixth position, what's your feelings here for tonight, going into this Daytona 500?
Well, first Daytona 500 with AM. Proud to be on this team. Looking forward to help teammates out. Even on the last lap. I mean, anything could happen, but I'm just here to help teammates try to get wins in this league. But yeah, super excited for Daytona.
Well, like I was saying earlier, AM is going to be one of the teams to be a force to be compare against. You got who's also in that same boat. If they can get their drivers on the same page, like Aiden, I feel like Ultra Motorsports could be up there. Who's going to be your guys' main rivals here for this season and this, especially this race?
For this season, has to be I saw what they done at the duels. They're fast, but not faster than AM.
So
But I mean,
just
anything could happen.
just just wonder what makes AM so special. You guys figured something out all the way back since season one and have ran consistently good, been really fast. What what have you guys learned over the years and whatnot for
We we
for racing
learn
in general?
we learn not to wreck each other, even if it's the last lap. We give each other respect. We race each other cleanly. We do not wreck a teammate for the win. Yeah, sure. If it was by accident, then yes, okay. But if it was on purpose, I believe AM does not like that. AM is a team that gives all their teammates, drivers, respect, and I like AM. I'm happy to be on the team.
Well, for your own personal goals, what is your going to be your goals for this season? Like, is it wins? Is it consistency? What what's it for you?
For me, um, I gotta say both. Winning races, consistency, trying to make the champ four. But yeah, it has to be race wins and consistency.
Well, for our final question for you here before we go racing in about an hour and a half. Looking at all the schemes, what is your favorite scheme here for the Daytona 500?
Mm. Has to be that black 60 black rifle car.
The number 60 black rifle. There's no black rifle. It's the U.S. Army. Uh,
The US Army 60 car.
camouflaged. The blue camouflage, black and black. Number 60. Good pick. Well, it's
Mm,
good talking to you. I know we have, other drivers itching for these interviews, and also ready to go racing here tonight.
yep. Thank you.
So that is Isaac starting P number 6 here for the Daytona 500 in the number 15 Mobile 1 car. He's also been a bad fast driver. He's hoping to do decent here tonight. Now let's move on to Mr. Ultra. You got a copy, Ultra?
Oh shit! Oh, hi there. Um, I got like
How's it going, Mr. Ultra?
no calls on right now. Can we resume this later?
We don't want to know that. This is going on YouTube, sir. Okay. Well, Ultra's doing his. Well, Ultra's doing that. Let's move on from that. Let's go to Mills. You got a copy?
It might a little bit there, you know.
You
But,
might have a copy.
I might have a copy.
Well, starting P number 3 in the number 05 car. Unless plans change, what's gonna be your ideas here tonight for the Daytona
Just
500?
stick to the back, stick to that middle, stick with Cody. Honestly,
Or Goldie. But Daytona 500 gets wild. It gets crazy. What's going to be what do you expect from these drivers with this race? Like, how crazy is it going to be
some pretty
when
stupid
you're in
moves.
the
That's
seat?
what I expect completely from a lot of these so-called drivers. But yeah, just a lot of craziness in general.
So, other than looking over to at least for this race, but looking on forward into the season, I know you're driving for the 05 this week, but next week you're moving to that number 4 car. What is your expectations, or at least Joey's expectations for you for this race and further on?
I don't think he has any expectations. I have my own expectation. He just wants me to drive for him because he knows I'm just that good, you know. He didn't want to pick any of these other so-called drivers.
He's not that
But
good. He's a fraud. He's a fraud.
hey,
He's a
hey, no more
fraud.
glaze
So,
for you, buddy. No more glaze for you.
so Mills, what are your expectations here for the season?
My expectations is through 2023 Max Verstappen this bullshit. You know, just win every single race except for like 2 or 3. Pretty good expectation. It's a little low on like the board there, but
You know,
just 2023
I
Max
have
Verstappen.
not meet someone to do that. Even Cody hasn't done something like that. I
Also,
don't.
I think I just got word from Payson that I'm confirmed driving for the Daytona 500.
All right, so that means you will be in the 05 Geek car.
Yes, that does.
So, like I've already asked, I've asked Isaac this last night, but with your tier list with AM, without putting yourself on, because you're technically only subbing for AM, what is your AM roster? Who's going to be who's your best to least favorite AM driver,
Uh,
as in skill wise?
I want to say on PR train and not say it, but I know there's like obviously I don't know. Oh my god, Cody, I guess. Then Payson, just from skill. And then Isaac. Isaac, he's just newer to row racing. That's all I gotta say. He's just newer. It takes time to get better at this. It doesn't take like a week and you're just like the greatest person ever. Max
Yeah,
Verstappen shit. It definitely takes time.
I feel like give it another year or so, Isaac's going to be one of the top people
Oh,
to,
easily.
reckon with. I mean, you already see him. He's growing. He's a fast learner. He's growing really well. I haven't
Yeah.
had any problems with him, especially here as me hosting the races and everything. He's one of the drivers that I don't yell at because he did something stupid. I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, during the test race, he did one or two stupid moves, but that was during a test race. That
Mhm.
wasn't even during the actual series.
Yeah, for sure. He's just one of those drivers that knows what he needs to do when he needs to do it.
Well, since, like I said, with Isaac, I know there's more drivers itching for the interview. For your
Mhm.
final question, what is your favorite scheme here for the Daytona 500 roster?
Honestly, I really, really, really do like. I like that 00 of the 25. Honestly, even that 6 car too. Love them all.
So JJ, Chosen, and Daytona's cars. Daytona AM driver. Then you have JJ and Chosen, which are two UM drivers.
Well, they have good schemes. I can't just say because they're UM. You know,
I
and
don't
some
know.
people are like that,
I'm just
but
saying.
got to be honest.
Gotta be honest. Gotta give credit where credit is due.
Hmm.
All right. Thanks for talking, Mills, and let's see what you can do here tonight for the Daytona 500 as we're slowly getting closer to that time.
Yes, we are. Can't wait.
Oh man, this Daytona 500 it seems to be highly anticipated here this season. I know a lot of people in the duels were saying that these cars push a lot better than last season. If you remember last season, the cars had more of a round back bumper compared to this season where it's more square. So when people were trying to push, it caused people to get sideways while trying to push. During the duels, we didn't see that where if someone got on like the side of the back bumper, it doesn't get them sideways. They just keep pushing them straight. So that looks to be a good thing compared to what it was. But let's move on to our next driver to see what they think for this race. Let's see if this guy wants an interview. Hey JJ, you want an interview? You there?
Hey, yo, what's going on, guys? How's everybody's day?
I don't like this guy. Get him out.
Well, it's good to see you. It's been a while since we interviewed you since, what happened at Rockingham and all that good type of stuff. But
Yeah.
with you running the number 6 car this season, what's going to go through your head what's going on through your head right now as we're getting ready for that green flag to drop here for the Daytona 500?
I mean, I'm starting my series. I'm starting my career. Well, this season on PS5. So like, it's kind of weird for me to be racing on a controller, but I have gotten a win at Kansas with a controller. So like, I mean, I still got to get used to it because yesterday I had a huge delay and it just gave me a huge setback. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, just wondering. I know you did a driver change last season. Last season, you were driving the number 3 car. What made you change to the number 6?
Well, like it just felt like the number 3. I ran that for like 2 solid seasons. It was kind of getting like a little tiring. So like I decided to go to the number 6 because I had a cool number 6 decal I wanted to run. So I decided to just pick that and just run number 6.
Well, I know you're on UM. We've been talking to the we've been talking to the AM drivers, but for UM, what is going to be your guys' biggest challenge for drivers wise? Like, is it going to be the AM drivers? Or is it going to be somebody else?
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I am not worried about AM. I don't care. I'm just gonna say that, bro. Y'all, I'm gonna be so for real, bro. You can take this as disrespect. I don't really care, but I'm not scared of y'all, bro. Like I just don't care at all. I don't give a fuck type shit. So like our challenge, I don't know, as a team, I just probably want to say like I don't know, it's kind of this motherfucker auto, bro. Um I don't know, but hopefully we don't get fried out on the track. Kind of. I don't know.
Well, you had a fairly good season. You ended up getting champ 4 last season. What is going to be plans for you and your team to try to do that again, and maybe this time actually win the championship?
Well, I'm gonna switch up like a couple strategies, kind of like my pit strat last season, where like I would pit before everybody. So then like I would be if I was a good distance, say if I was like leading and I had like a like what is it like a half a straight gap, I could pit like as soon as like right before everybody like has to pit. I do that and then I do my lap, and as I see everybody going into the pits, I would basically pass them all for like first or something like that.
Fairly good strat. So you
Yeah.
don't have. So you don't have like the mindset of possibility of you have to pit earlier than everybody if you're short, or whether you short pit too soon and might have to make an extra pit stop than everybody. You don't have any of those.
I do actually, because sometimes I'd be messing up my strat. I'm like, oh, I should have pit there. Like I should probably pit with them. Yeah, there has been some times where that screwed me over a ton, and it made me lose like a lot of spots. And yeah, I mean, it's you have to time it well. So like, yeah, because if you don't time it well, then you'll just be like in the back, like a couple laps to go. So
Well, as you're on Ultra Motorsports, you were on Ultra Motorsports for partly last season before Ultra Motorsports got broken up due to the issues. What is going to be your expectations for and as a whole
well,
this season?
we're gonna we're gonna we're gonna hopefully get that mentality back of what is it LUM for like the very last season till we switched to ANRS. So like hopefully we can do that again. And yeah, I mean I don't expect nothing better than what we could pull off. So I mean I'm ready for it though.
Well, I know we have you. You're going to be a force to be reckoned with, especially here at the super speedways. What is going to be on the schedule this season? What are going to be your difficult tracks? I know you've in the past had issues at road courses and short tracks, but what's going to be your most difficult track in your opinion on this
You're
schedule?
hold on. You're gonna have to hold on. I'm gonna have to pull up the schedule real quick because I don't remember where we're going. Hold on. Where is it at? Where's
Take your
it at?
time. We still have an hour and a half.
Uh, fuck. Damn, where is this at? Hold on. Shit. Uh,
It'll be under
wait.
important links.
Oh, it's important. All right, let me find it. Damn, I'm kind of blind. Hold on. All right, spreadsheet. Let me check.
Here, I'll reply to message.
Okay. Let's see. Uh, D1 schedule. Okay. Wait. Next we have Nazareth. What the fuck?
Yep, we have Nazareth next week.
Okay. From the looks of it, I can already tell off. Let me just get this out the way. Sonoma. Yeah, that's just gonna be fucking bullshit. Complete bullshit. Utter dog shit. Ain't nobody gonna have to. Nobody wants to deal with that turn 11 bullshit. We all know that, right? Absolutely. Anyway, so like I can just see Sonoma, Nazareth. What is it? I didn't do too bad at North Wilkesboro. Could have won that race though. Let's see. Darlington. Have I run there? I don't know. Oh yeah, I did. I just didn't qualify.
Yeah,
Might
you
have
just didn't
trouble
qualify
there.
into the race.
Bristol, bro. Season 2 Bristol was something else, bro. I did not like that race. I'm gonna keep it 100. So like, I would just say, ooh, the Glen. Chicagoland, I could cook there. I just know I can. So, Watkins Glen, Bristol, um, Sonoma, and Nazareth. I would say that those are probably the things I have to worry about.
All right. Well, looking here at the Daytona 500, going into the corners and everything, what is going to be the preferred line that everyone's going to take? Like trying to pass,
It's
trying to block.
it, it would definitely be the bottom. I mean, if you basically want to pass somebody on the bottom, you either have to do like a bump and run, or like hopefully build up some side draft to get around them on the outside. So yeah, it's definitely going to be the bottom.
Well, before we go talk to somebody else, what is your favorite scheme on the Daytona 500 roster here?
Hold on. All right. If you could do like a free cam angle where like if you can like, zoom into all of them real quick.
All right. Which one y'all want to look at? You got the 560, 059.
I'll give you my top 5. So I'm not counting myself because that's just going to be self glaze. We all know that. So like let's just see here. Okay. For number 5, I would say the 8 car. I mean, doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look
The
too
Mohawk
bad. I
car?
mean, it looks pretty good in my opinion. That's Aiden's car. Yeah, my teammate.
Yep.
And number 2, I said number 2. Fuck, number 4, I want to say like the '05 of Mills. I kind of like it. It's like what is it? Slightly better than Aiden's because it has like a bit more like detail. You know what I mean? With the design and like with the sponsors and stuff, which is pretty cool. Hold on, zoom out real quick. Okay. Let's see. Number 15. Who's driving that? Because I forgot.
is
Bro. I'm
Isaac.
not gonna lie.
That's Isaac.
Isaac. I really like that car too. It's pretty. In my opinion, it's clean. I don't know. Some people will get mad at me for putting this at 3 because it just looks bland. But I'm a fan of
That's
like
the
bland
John
cars.
Barry car. Or scheme.
Yeah, I'm a fan of bland cars,
From Sonoma.
like just simple designs. And then number 2, I have to go with the 24. I mean, it's just an iconic
24,
car,
the
bro. You
William
can't
Byron
say
scheme.
that, bro. You can't disagree. It's an iconic car with good history behind it too. So like, yeah, pretty much that. And hold on, I'm gonna be like those
For you.
YouTubers. I'm gonna be like those YouTubers with the honorable mention. uh, honorable mention. We gonna have to say like, yeah, honorable mention. Hold on, zoom out real quick.
So I'll look at one of these cars.
Honorable mention. It's gonna have to go to Daytona, in my opinion, the 00. So like, to be honest, I actually don't know what to say about this. I mean, if you could like make like the blue match, like if you can like change the sponsor color to like that blue, it might look better. And if you move the sponsor down a little bit, but like overall, it looks pretty solid in my opinion. All right, but at number 1, I mean, bro, I can't leave my boy out. We got Ultra, bro. Just look how iconic that car is, especially in LUN, bro.
Car from season 3 LUM. It hasn't
Yeah,
changed. Other than the number moving forward and the sponsor move.
it just looks sleek in my opinion with the stripes. It just looks like an iconic design. You know what I mean?
Ultra, you didn't get all 3 championships in this car specifically. Season 1, you didn't get this championship. Season 2, you had the DJ Motorsports throwback to Dapper, and then season 3 was when you brought this car out. Actually, no, you didn't use this car in season 3. You had the white one in season 3 championship race. You had the white one that turned into blue.
I only remember that car strictly because of that one edit he made of him getting a pass, bro.
Oh my god.
Oh my god,
Bro,
bro.
season 3 was the season I ended up getting turned into a billboard sign at Dover.
Damn.
And I would have won the championship if I didn't get pushed by somebody. Frog.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh my god. He didn't. He only did one. He only affected one.
The points battle before this season, before LUM came in.
He wasn't there in season 2, and wasn't there season 1.
What season are we talking about, Daytona?
He's talking about season 4.
Or bro, the last race we had was at
Got all
Eldora.
the way up until Eldora before.
Yeah.
You were D2 Daytona.
What?
And
He
you
was.
were
Oh
the one
yeah.
that was cooking. No, you were D2 Daytona. You did
Dementia.
You did part-time rides and do D1.
Let me go ahead and take another sip of this
Season 3,
espresso
you
Black
did not
Rifle
cook.
coffee.
You were not the cooker. That's why you were in D2 season 4.
Bro, to be honest, I don't know why the fuck I bought this. I just don't like coffee. That shit is nasty. I bought it because it had
The only
espresso
coffee I
with
drink
cream.
is Black Rifle coffee.
Yeah, I'm drinking Black Rifle. I mean, why the fuck did I buy this if I'm not going to drink it all the way? I can't drink coffee without my tongue turning black. Like, bro, there's no way. Black lung, black lung, black lung, black lung.
Hey, we're going to, Ultra, we would get through that later on. Right now, we're going through
New Kendrick album.
interviews.
No Kendrick album.
Uh,
He's dropping in
see
February.
that
I don't know though.
we only have Cody and Daytona left for interviews. Frog is not a driver
Alright.
currently for the Daytona 500 as far as I know. Doesn't even have scheme.
Well, let me get out of here so like they can get theirs done.
All right. Well, it's good talking to you, JJ. Let's move on
You
to next driver. Let's go with Dishman, right? Yeah. The one and only Cody Goforth, driving the number 60, sitting in second place. Cody, you got a copy.
I got you loud and clear, buddy. How's it going?
Well, it looks like you're about to be bad fast here tonight. Starting on the outside line, your most preferred line. What's going to be your main plans for tonight, or your main ideas?
Honestly, just make sure I'm there at the end, make all the right moves, play it right. I mean, we know what I got here. Everybody knows everyone knows my track record here. I'm what, a 4-5 time winner here in Daytona? Something like that. I'm just.
I know it's been the Daytona 500 or the road course, but the only race you've had somewhat of an issue with is the Coke 0400. You've only won that race one time,
Yeah, that's the only one I have.
and that's thanks to me.
I'm
Photos.
excited.
That's
I'm excited. It's gonna be got a bad fast number 60. U.S. Army, Gold Peak T, AV Motorsports, Ford Mustang, Dark Horse. Honestly, the goal is just be there at the end. I know what the right move is. I know what I need to do. Gotta be working with my AV Motorsports teammates here. Just gotta play a strategy right. Got a good group of guys. Just hoping we can be there at the end, and who knows, we may end up lifting that Harley J. Earl trophy once again.
well. I've already asked this to Mills. I've already asked this to Isaac. Between you, Payson, Isaac, and Daytona, all four of your teammates for AM. Who's going to be for skill level? What's your tier rank for each driver?
Payson, me, Isaac, and who's my other teammate? I apologize that you Daytona, but it's close between him and Isaac. It's between him. It's
Daytona double.
Yes, Daytona. It's close between him and Isaac for 3-4. You can interchange them. In terms of super speedway ability, I take Payson barely, but overall ability, Payson has me beat.
That's surprising coming from you. You. There's a lot of tracks, especially in this season, that you're going to be good at. That we know that you're going to be fast at. And with you and Payson, you guys been very solid, right? Even with each other that I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, we practice, preach it in the team meetings. We work together with them all. We work together often. We just gotta know how to push each other in these big old stock cars.
Well, other than you, because I know your answer to this, if I ask about you, but like, what is for most drivers here? What is going to be the lane to be blocked the most, or the one that's going to be doing the most passing with
You
here,
gotta,
especially here tonight?
I mean, hug the bottom. If you paint that double yellow line right there, you're gonna force them to make a move on the outside, which is possible, but it is very difficult to do. But if you play your cards right, form enough of a run, you can probably make a move by yourself around the outside. But it's gonna be very, very difficult. I don't know if you saw me in my duel race. I was practicing defending on the outside. I was practicing the move I would eventually make to win it. So we'll see what happens.
Well, so with I've already asked, like I said, I've already asked Mills and Isaac. What is going to be AM's expectation for you for this season, all in general? Like, you gonna try to go for more wins, consistency, less?
I mean, the goal of every driver is to win a championship. Honestly, I'm just hoping to, not be so aggressive. Like some of the finishes I got last season, I should have gotten. I was definitely the fastest car at a lot of the tracks we went to last season. We'll just, I don't know what they have for me. I'm just gonna take it by ear and see where the 4 wins take me.
Well, I don't remember if I ever got this answer from you last night, but compared to last season's cars and everything, how was pushing and the handling of these cars? Like, are they different from last season, or are they about the same?
I wasn't really doing much pushing. I was mostly just riding around, trying to save fuel, drafting. They do. I mean, I don't know if it's just a me thing, but they feel a little bit tighter than last season. And I normally like my cars a lot looser, so this is gonna take some learning and adjusting to how tight they are. But you could definitely make moves happen if you play it right. Cars are good, just got to get used to it.
That's interesting because a lot of people were talking about last night. Where like I've asked Mills, I've asked who was it? No, I did ask you. I did ask Isaac that the cars push better
I mean, again,
due to the fact like
I haven't done much pushing, so I can't really give you an honest answer about pushing and stuff. I'm definitely gonna be doing that throughout the race though, because you're gonna have to. So I'm gonna learn on the fly, which is obviously y'all know me. I love to learn on the fly. So
well, with this being a long race, 65 laps, quite long, big track. What is going to be main goals here for tonight? Like, are you going to try to just ride around till the end, or you just be all go get them?
like
Or
I
are you going
said,
to be in between?
like I said at the beginning, I don't know what the rulings are. I don't know if there's like stages or anything like that. If so, just
There's the halfway stage, like usual.
halfway stage. All right. So yeah, be there for
Yeah.
be there for the halfway. Be near the front for the halfway break, and then be there at the end for a possible win in the Daytona 500. It's the biggest. It's the biggest race of the year. Everyone wants to win. So
I know it's the biggest race of the year, but other than this race, what is going to be your other races that you're looking forward to this season?
I'm honestly looking forward to returning home, going to Charlotte and all that. Those are good tracks for me. It's home where I'm stay. It's home. It's a easier little trip for us. So Charlotte and Dega.
Well, there you go. Surprised you didn't say like Watkins Glen, even though it's like further than Charlotte, but it's close to you guys. Kind of. Up in New York.
Yeah, just Watkins Glen. I don't know.
You have issues there, seems like.
Yeah, Watkins Glen has not been too kind to me the last couple seasons, so I gotta just figure out how to not be so aggressive on the brakes because I wear them out really quickly throughout the race. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited though.
Well, before we let you go and talk about or interview Daytona and talk about other things, what on this Daytona 500 roster, what is your favorite scheme of everybody's?
Besides mine,
Yeah, beside yours.
honestly, I really like that number 8 back there, and the 34 is pretty nice too, though.
So Chase Briscoe number 34 and the Ryan Priest number 8 car.
I mean, they're just good schemes.
Yeah.
But if I was allowed to pick a scheme that I like the best, is mine. Just the way the color,
Number 60 Gopi.
the
I'm actually surprised it turned out that way.
yeah, the coloring kind of got messed up in the printer, so we gotta work on that back at the shop. I'll talk to the fab guys about that though.
Yeah. It's not like this thing.
We'll get it.
All right. Well, it's good talking to you, and let's go to our last driver that we have to interview, which is Daytona. Hold on. Give me 1 minute, Daytona. Daytona, you got a copy.
Copy.
Well, with you, new season, new you, Daytona 500, ANRS in general, not you. You haven't been the fastest, but you've been overall decent, mid-pack at least, or at most. What's going to be your plans here for tonight? Here, as this is your first time being on AM for ANRS.
A first what? You cut out there.
This is your first time being on ANRS. What is
No, it's not.
going to be your ideas?
It's not my first time being in an ANRS, but pretty sure today's gonna be,
Or
or tonight's gonna be pretty chaotic. Just gonna sit back, relax, and see what the front pack does. If they start to pull away, work my way up there using that high lane. Because if I'm in the back, I'll have draft, and maybe I could side draft off of people, so I can go like 260.
well, I know everyone's new to it. What is going to be the main focus on tonight? Are you going to see? Do you expect people to be full on going, or people to be saving fuel?
I think we're gonna be saving fuel.
Especially for that halfway. Because even with saving fuel, you guys gotta still make at least 3 stops for the race.
It's gonna be
For the most
60
part.
laps, right?
65.
Okay. Then
And
yeah.
halfway's at 30.
Yep.
I know you're gonna be fairly consistent here. I've already asked this to everybody else on your team. What is gonna be your expectations for this season or going into the season? When we
As
once we
as I
get that
said,
green
I'm
flag.
gonna be on my villain arc. Uh,
You're gonna have to
honestly,
fight for this.
I'm gonna have to fight. Couple of seasons, past 2 seasons, I haven't really been fighting. I thought the leaders, or like on the last lap, I thought the leaders were gonna wreck. They didn't. That's why I've been getting horrible placements. But if I'm gonna make an opportunity, if you know what I mean, but like not sending anyone. Not gonna be that
Yeah.
type of person.
So going into the races and everything, what are going to be your best races here for this season? What's going to be your worst races? You have a feeling.
My worst races, most definitely the road courses.
So Sonoma, Watkins Glen.
Yeah, Sonoma, Watkins Glen. Do we race Coda at all?
No.
Yep. I think my best tracks are gonna be those intermediates. Intermediates or the 1 mile tracks like Dover.
Hmm.
Because I know I'm not. I know I can't really fight in the short tracks. I know Cody and Ultra are really good at the like short tracks like not Dover, Bristol.
Well, I forgot to ask this with Cody and all, but for competition wise, who are you going to be thinking of as your competition for the season?
I gotta think of everybody in the pack. Mills and Isaac for sure. Uh, I don't know. Competition. I'm not sure.
Surprised
I
you're
don't think
not.
Aiden's gonna be a problem. Oh, JJ
Yeah.
for sure.
Number 6 Mustang or Chevrolet Camaro.
Yep.
Surprised you haven't said like people like Cody or Ultra being
I mean, yeah,
issues
they're both
or
really good.
Payson.
Yeah, they're gonna be an
So
issue.
you think you're going to be able to easily beat them?
No. It's just names didn't come to my mind.
Okay.
I mean, Cody and Payson are all teammates. I can definitely work with them.
Just gotta be careful with Cody. Just saying.
Yeah.
He says his things, but I've noticed that if you don't help, if you help him, he won't help you back sometimes.
I mean,
I know what it feels like for
he's
that.
kind of been my mentor in ANRS or LUM and ANRS. Can't
Well, the reason
lie.
why I say that is because you go back, seasons prior and everything before you even were here. Let's see,
Yeah.
I've helped him win races, but he hasn't really helped me much. Sky's helped him win races. He hasn't helped Sky, as far as I know. No.
Oh.
But
Uh,
in total, though, but as for people that, or for this race, what is going to be the best place for you to hang out for the Daytona 500? Whether it's going to be front, back, middle.
front. Feel like that would be the most safest. I mean, wherever the most people are, I would not want to be. I'd want to either be behind them. No, not behind them. Because in the duels, you could definitely understand why I would not want to be in the back. I got wrecked out of. I mean, I was in 6th place or 5th place, but I got wrecked, and it messed up my chances to get a high qualifying spot in the Daytona 500.
Well,
But I would rather be in front of the biggest pack.
surprised. You seem to be
Yep.
the only one that really say that due to the fact the front's one of the chaotic. In my what I've seen, the front's more chaotic, or the middle.
I
Reason
mean,
why I say
I
the
don't want
front.
to. I don't want to be in the back because I can get caught up in wrecks.
Yeah, but you also have chances of avoiding them compared to the up front. Because, like Isaac said earlier in the podcast, the front's where issues like to happen. I mean, look at turn 3 and 4. That's where you see the most issues at, especially here at Daytona. But let's go move on to Your final question, Daytona. Out of the entire field, what's gonna be your favorite?
My favorite car
What's your favorite team of everyone?
out of everyone. I'm looking. I gotta say, K's scheme is just immaculate. That
Number
48
Hurts.
machine. Yeah. I love the design. I've always loved it. It reminds me of what's his name? He won the title for IndyCar.
I don't follow IndyCar.
Colton Herta. There we go. Colton Herta.
Hmm.
You probably don't know who he is because you don't follow up with IndyCar.
The only thing I can think of is there's the 2021 and 2022 Nashville race. He was in that.
Guys, sticky keys. I don't know why this keeps popping up.
It's good talking to you, Daytona. Let's see what you can do. Starting near the back for the Daytona 500. Starting 11th.
Me? No, I thought it was starting 10th, right?
Right?
Nope, you're right.
Looks like you're starting 11th.
Yeah.
There's 16 cars in total. And there's 5 cars behind you.
Yep. I mean, I'd rather stay in the
Let's
back.
keep talking to you and let's see what you can do.
Alright, thank you for having me.
Well, that's all of our interviews. We have 1 hour to the race. And till then, we'll see you next time for the podcast. See you all next week for Nazareth. Yeah, that or before for race recap for the Daytona 500.